Welcome back. We are playing BattleTech. We are now going to take on the next mission in the main storyline. We freed Smithon from the Directorate. Real quick, I am looking at talents to see if I want to upgrade anything. At this point, it doesn't look like it. We're kind of saving points for other things right now. And then I also want to quickly look at my mechs. I think they're in good working order. Green across the board. So we will continue. We had just freed Smithon, which is House Corosas' homeworld. That's another one of the families that we are bringing over, or founding houses that we are bringing over onto Arano's side. The Simon Corosas, the leader of that house, used to be the chief technologist for Arano's father. Now we wanted to enlist his help to decrypt something that we found on the Argo, which is encrypted lost tech information. He's unwilling to help us because his daughter actually died defending Arano, and we just freed his son on Panzer, who's been tortured. So he's really angry with us and upset that Lady Arano hid out for effectively 3 years. So before he's willing to help us, he wants us to do something for him. And that is the mission we're going to take on. This does contain spoilers. This is priority mission served cold. So if you don't want any spoilers, please stop watching right now. Served cold. 2 million reward. 4 out of 16 salvage. Travel to Smithon's moon to destroy an armed smuggler's dropship for Lord Corosas. Lord Corosas really talked up how dangerous this ship's security detail is. I suggest approaching this job with abundance of caution, Commander. We are about to embark on a Anvelt in orbit. First move the Smithon. He wants us to blow up a enemy ship that's been causing trouble. Hi, Lady Camille Arano. As you heard, House Corosas has suffered greatly at the hands of the Directorate. We can't change that, but we can show Lord Corosas that we're his allies, and that our word can be trusted. We need his help with our data archive, yes, but that isn't why I agreed to this mission. If we are to prevail against the Directorate, I must unite the founding houses. I'm just scrolling over this so you guys can read if you'd like. Under the Restoration's banner. Without their support, we'll have no way of replacing our losses. Understood, Lady Arano. Let's get into the specifics of this job he's given us. I seem to remember something about a dropship? She's called the New Grange. She's a transport vessel, ostensibly civilian, named for an old line of yard ships. Lost Tech, a class of jump-capable spacecraft. So that's really important that they're jump-capable, that were built with integrated docks and shipyard facilities at the height of the Star League. For those of you just joining in, Lost Tech is technology of old, which used to be a lot more advanced. A lot of that advanced technology was lost during a series of wars. They were blowing up, the fighting all over, and so that's why it's called Lost Tech. There's all this awesome technology that has been lost due to war in the past. The New Grange has been certified for commercial flight in the Directorate, the Compelling Confederation, and the Tarian Concordat. In all other ways, she's completely unremarkable. At least that's what her official paperwork says. And I'm just again mousing over these, so if you guys want to pause and read through it, these are bigger, we can call them empires or factions in the game. We can actually take missions and build rep with the various factions within the universe. I gather that Lord Corosas disagrees with the official paperwork, and what's the real story? What if the official paperwork is right? Let's go with that one. That's right. He claims the New Grange is running weapons into the Aurigan Reach to supply the Directorate's war effort. Her crew has been using an old commercial port on Anvelt to fuel up between trips. Ships like this one could help to explain the Directorate's unexpected strength of arms. It's in our interest to destroy it. All right. According to the intel we've been given, the New Grange is carrying more armor than any Union-class dropship has any right to. Attacking her directly will be a waste of time. Thankfully, Lord Madeira has found an alternative approach. Of course he has. That includes us. The Anvil fueling station was designed for civilian use. It isn't a hardened target, and its components can't withstand a sustained attack. If we go in while the New Grange is refueling and blow the station's primary fuel reservoir, her her armor won't count for much. The resulting explosion will smash her like an egg. Ground is sold to blow up the fueling station. Makes sense. You're sure that Lord Kuros is telling the truth? It'd be a disaster if he took out a civilian dropship. I agree. From my own study of the Newgrange and the situation at Anvil, I am convinced that Lord Kurosas is telling the truth. There's something deeply suspicious about this ship. She isn't the commercial transport she pretends to be. Bag assurances aren't enough, Lady Arano. I need to know there aren't any innocent people on that ship. I agree. We're going with the honorable approach here. I'm no more eager for unnecessary bloodshed than you are, Shadowcoast. I hope that you know me well enough to recognize that. If we can raise the Newgrange on the comms, I will offer Captain a chance to surrender. I'd rather take prisoners than fill graves. The Reach has too much death already. Alright, sounds like a workable plan. We could give him a chance. Hang on a second, boss. If this job were as easy as blowing up a fuel tank, Kurosis would have done it himself already. So what's the catch? I mean, why send us after such an easy target? That's a good question. Lord Kurosis sent the last remnants of his personal guard after the Newgrange 2 weeks ago. A lance of hardened mech warriors. They were summarily destroyed, a complete loss. There were no survivors. Okay, so they're packing something down there. Sounds like an unusually heavy security detail for a smuggling operation. It's bizarre, I agree, but we have only Lord Kurosis' word to go on, and he didn't personally witness what happened. We should approach this drop with abundance of caution. Bring the strongest lance you can field, and keep your eyes open while you're on the moon's surface. And I recommend bringing a heat-efficient lance if possible. Anvil's atmosphere and climate will quickly overwhelm your heat sinks if you're not careful. That's important to note, guys. We do run fairly hot. No time like the present. Anvil is a high-temperate environment. Got it. I'll prep my lance accordingly. Yeah, let's go with the first one. And I'll be with you on the comms. Good hunting, Shadowcoast. So there you have it, guys. It's a hot planet. Trying to think. We're trying to level up Riptide and Medusa. Decker's doing pretty well. Medusa's doing very well. We're gonna do it with this again. This is a self-imposed Iron Man mode. If something blows up, then we're living with it. I've been lucky enough. We haven't lost a pilot yet. We've come very close. We've sustained injuries where we're down to 1. Which would have been the death stroke for one of our pilots. But luckily, we've come out unscathed from the standpoint we haven't lost a mech warrior yet. We have taken heavy damage to our mechs, though. Alright, so before we start, there are 3 objectives. Engage and destroy the Newgrange. Destroy the ship's security team. The Newgrange must not escape. So there's probably going to be a time component that we saw in previous missions. There's a lot of activity on the ground, Commander. Looks like the Newgrange being prepped for launch. You're going to have a tight timetable to get in there and blow the station's fuel reservoir before it lifts off. I'm seeing turret emplacements and light battle mech activity on the ground, but it appears that the security detail we were warned of about is off-site. For now. Sumire will be monitoring her sensors for any sign of incoming dropships. She's got that right, Commander. If I see anything, you'll be the first to know, and I'd advise you to be wary of the secondary landing pad up here on the ridge. If I were dropping a defensive lance, that's where I'd do it.
Good hunting, Commander. I'll be right off for you from here.
So, okay. Let's survey the battlefield, like we always do. So we're over here. Turret generator. Let's run below that up. Turret generator, pumping station. Now, we don't know how much health that pumping station has, but we're gonna have to fight some mechs, blow up the turret generator, and run down there and blow that up. So, a little curious. If we're gonna reveal mechs, we want to do it.
Don't need to tell me twice.
Slowly. Draw them out. This is a 2.5 skull mission, but the campaign missions are, in my opinion, way more difficult than the procedural missions. Alright, so we revealed a turret. It has 97 health. We're at max range. Alright, so
What can I do for you?
glitches are kind of primary damage dealer along with Shadowcoast and the Black Knight. So we are running hot. It only has 37 left, so we just need 2 lasers to hit.
Full delivery.
She has max gunnery.
Bye-bye.
So that did reveal a mech, 25-ton mech, and an ASLT, assault light turret. I don't know what that stands for. But what we do know so Whirlwind gives us 25% cover, but it also impairs our vision and I think our ability to what we're trying to do here is what I'd ideally like is to be able to use more than my large laser to. I think he's just too far behind. I didn't sprint him up far enough. We'll make do.
Engaging target.
Now, if he runs up here, glitch can. Okay, we have another mech there. Unknown mech.
I hear ya. I read, Commander.
We're good on heat. What we're trying to do is take weapons off the board. We're moving glitch off to our flank. We're gonna see if we can one-shot this 25-ton commando, it looks like. He has a lot of evasion. He also has guarded. So he has 70, but we need to do 140 damage to blow him up. Versus 140 damage versus 120 damage, and that's because he takes 50% damage. However, we also have here what we call breaching shot. Passive attacks with a single weapon, ignore cover and guarded on the target. I don't know how we select it. I think it's random. But we are going to do this live and try to take him out. She's also has high spirits, which means that here, if you look at the left, it's only 10 morale instead of 25 morale. So high spirits makes a big difference. We need more to hit that center torso. And it worked. We alphaed. We took one of their mechs off the board. And now we're going to sweep back right. And nope. Now there's a 55-ton mech over there. That's something we're going to want to be cognizant of. The Grasshopper has our most armor, so Riptide will be, so this has 60, and we do more than enough. We're going to take off one of the lasers to reduce our heat generation. Alright, and it's good that we left everything else on, because we wouldn't have got it. We have one generator down, we have 2 mechs on the field, we have 10 rounds to take out the pumping station over there. We have a 55, oh, we have 2 mechs on the left. Do we know the tonnage? This is a 35 ton, 55 ton, 55 ton. I'm a little Alright, Medusa's our tank in the Kintaro. It doesn't have the max amount of armor, but it has a fair amount of armor and it's close range. Medusa has a lot of guts, which increases the heat capacity, meaning that uh, the the alpha amount is nice. So we're gonna sprint Shadowcoast up. We're gonna see if we can kind of pop him in. He's heavily armored. He's in our Black Knight laser boat. We're gonna see if we can pop him in, blow up the station, and then pop him out. I'm a little nervous because as soon as we go in there, we know a lance is gonna drop here. So realistically, we're gonna want to take out these guys to the best of our ability. Alright, so Riptide. Now these two are about to move. I should have reserved. I'm kicking myself now. Because these two guys are going to move. We are gonna sensor lock, letting them bleed off heat. So we have a Wolverine. He's shooting at Glitch. Ooh, pilot injury. Oof. Now Glitch, we're gonna do two things. We're gonna vigilance Glitch because the next 55 tonner is going to hit her. And we are gonna do, so 85 damage we need to do there. 115 damage to finish him off. So we do 1, 2, 3, 400. If this all hits, we can finish off the Wolverine because it doesn't have full armor. The spread wasn't... Okay, it was tight enough. Again, that's... You saw a tight spread there. That's because we have 10 gunnery, max gunnery on Glitch. The same with Shadowcoast. We spec'd him that way because we want... Okay, Shadowhawk. And... Yeah, we knew she was going to take the brunt. That's why we vigilanced. Now she's got to cool down. She's running super hot, so we're probably going to brace or something with her next. Now the nice thing is Medusa also has here high spirits, so call shot again is only 10, so we can see that here. It's 10 morale instead of 25. So we're looking at this center torso armor. It has 147, and we do 60, and then we're gonna try to finish him off. I don't think we're gonna hit. We don't have as much. Okay, never mind. They had an ammo explosion. That's awesome. So you can see here, guys, you know, high damage. We are going with more of a brawling variant, you could say. Shadowcoast has blood off heat. We are going to see, we're going to jump him here. This is going to trigger something over here, I guarantee it. And it's 250. We are going to alpha. Oh, we should have vigilanced him. That was a mistake. I screwed up. This is the captain of the Newgrange. Hold your fire, damn it. We're a civilian transport, not a military dropship. I know what you are. Power down your engines and surrender or your ship will be destroyed. I can't do that. I repeat, hold your fire. There are unarmed people on this vessel. We've got a hold full of passengers, and you'll be murdering them if you destroy the tank. I already know what your ship is carrying, and it isn't civilians. Captain, I'm giving you one last chance to surrender. If you refuse, what happens next will be on your head, not mine. Listen to reason and power down now. They've cut the compy later in Rondo. I'm picking up increased activity on my sensors. They're making a run for it. And they left us no choice. We're blowing the fuel reserve.
Let's do what we came here for, Commander.
Oh,
Take
okay.
that dropship out.
Alright, so we have high evasion. I should have vigilance sim. I thought we had enough to take it out.
Good to go.
We're gonna sprint over here. We're just building evasion. We're letting her bleed off some heat. Massive damage, but we can only do it every so often. I think we did a good use. They split their attack pattern. So 3 came from there, 1 came from here. We were able to pick them off one at a time with focusing fire, so that's important. Medusa, we're going to sprint you, keep you with the team. Again, that area for a lance to drop, I have a feeling they're coming in. We're going to take out the new Grange first. Oops. Alright, we know they have a turret there. So what we're doing is we're trying to protect ourselves from the turret over there. And we are 35 damage, I think. Yep. Boom. That's done it. The new Grange is down. That should satisfy our obligation to lure Corrosis. Heads up, Commander. Enemy dropship coming in hot. Incoming transmission. Victoria Espinoza. Is she here? Do you have any idea what you've just done? You'll pay for that with your life, mercenary filth. Victoria, if I'd known you'd be here, I've taken the field myself. A pity you didn't. We could have ended this war here and now. I suppose I'll have to content myself with your prize mercenaries. Watch as I tear them to shreds. Oh, she's got like a specialized mech. Why isn't this thing like totally kaboomed? Defeat Lady Victoria Espinoza. Okay, we are... Destroy the Directorate kill team. So, Shadowcoast. I normally wouldn't want to jump, but what we're doing here is we're moving him back. We're gonna let them run to us. And if they have lights, we're gonna brace. We're bleeding off a bunch of heat. They have a turret on the left side there. So a 60-ton mech. Ooh. That was an AC-20. We're gonna back up here. We're gonna have cover. And we're going to again let them come to us. Oof. Double PPC. I think that's Victoria Espinoza. We want her mech. If we can somehow incapacitate her, we'll have 3 salvage, which would be awesome. It's exciting stuff, guys. We are facing a Directorate kill team. They have 60-ton, 50-ton, 60-ton. Maybe they have an assault in there. Riptide, we are... Well, you don't have any heat, so there's no reason for us not to jump. Again, we're backing up. We want to take out that Panther. He's coming around from behind us. So we're just, and then I think Glitch is running cooler now, so we should be good.
Commander?
Alright, I want to sprint her around because she can one-shot the spider. And the rest of us are going to make a firing line for that Directorate kill team. Exciting stuff, guys. Let's see how this goes. This is probably the hardest fight that we've taken so far. Medusa. I want you kind of here. Maintaining that firing line. We're running cool. We're positioning ourselves. We're letting them come towards us. We're hoping that they divide themselves up. Bleeding off more heat for Shadowcoast. I know jumping maintains some of it, but we should be done. And now... okay, they have This guy's gonna come around. He's gonna take a pot shot at... Oh, and he hit. I was hoping those 4 evasion chevrons would allow us to evade. But now what we're gonna do is this. Glitch's turn. I think. She already took an injury, which sucks. There's a turret over there. We are putting ourselves in range of a turret or two. Wholly understand that, but we have 1 evasion. We need 90 damage. We're going to fully alpha the spider score. We don't care about salvage on these guys. We can get like a Panther's a dime a dozen. We're trying to take weapons off the board. He was coming around from behind. We took him out. Now, one thing we might do is, depending on the angling, we might actually run Glitch over to take out that other turret generator. And the only reason we're going to do that is we want one of them to potentially chase after us. Again, we have more than enough heat. And what we're going to do here is sensor lock the 50 ton. So we have a, what is that, Centurion. Now Medusa, again we're just trying to, I want him to go. I'm just generating ECs. He has only short range weaponry. It looks like they're coming around for a glitch. We're presenting Shadowcoast. We have 2, 4, 5 evasion, partial cover. I'm okay with that. I mean, we're not gonna get better stuff. And all we're doing is taking a shot at the Centurion. Glad we hit that side. We want to take out that AC. And then I think that's Espinosa. But she might... Wait, where's... Yeah.
Commander?
Glitch, I lied. They do appear to be coming around that way. We're gonna bleed off some heat. We're keeping her protected. They can't see her. We're gonna bleed off heat, and again, she's our kind of mage damage dealer. Now, for these bigger mechs, the focus fire is on the leg. We try to leg them and disable them. Part of that's for salvage, but part of it, that's the most efficient way to get them off the board and actually kill them, is target their legs. So we knew we were presenting Shadowcoast. He's in cover. We took away 1 evasion chevron. Now Riptide, I thought, my hope is put him in. Alright, so the question is direct line of fire for all weapons. Alright, so Riptide is actually going to go here. And you'll see what I'm doing. So since that... Okay, so we still have 1 more over there. That's good to know. Since he has 2 evasion, we're sensor locking him. He's already moved. Then we get to move Medusa. Well, they're going to move, but... Okay, then we get to move Medusa. And what we want to do with Medusa is generate some evasion chevrons, increase our probability of hitting. I'll show you what we're going to do now. We're going to sensor lock because he has high spirits. It's cheaper for us to do. That right arm has an AC 10 and is weakened. The torso is weakened, 68. But if we look at the legs, that's 120. So we generate a lot of damage. He's not guarded. So we need to blow off his leg 120 damage. we do 50 plus 60 plus, you know, more than 40. So we're going to focus that left leg, and we missed, which is not good. So in retrospect, we probably should have gone for the torso. We have a dragon. I think he's gonna try to come around from behind us. Now Shadowcoast has been running cool. We're taking the alright, it's more expensive to do this, but I'm wondering if we can, so we have to do 137 damage to the center torso. We do over 200, we have a tight spread. We're gonna try to take the Centurion out of play. High risk, and the spread was not what we wanted. We wanted it all to hit his center torso. His leg has got to be hurting. 65 tonner catapult. Victoria, look at that thing. Oh geez. So Shadowcoast is running pretty hot. We're moving Riptide into position. Now, I don't know, like, that's a unique catapult. I don't know if, oh no. I screwed up, guys. I thought we had a direct line of fire. Alright, just hit her in the head. That would be fantastic. What we're trying to do is take weapons off the board. We really want that catapult. That would be awesome. That'd be like our long-range sniper. We're gonna alpha. We have decent percent shots. Nice. I'll make you suffer before you die, she says. Alright, yeah, I can, someone just asked, they want the audio a little higher. Yeah, cinematics I don't really talk as much. Okay, hopefully that's a little better.
Commander.
Again, we're utilizing cover, guys. Ooh, we're riding that heat wave. Now, we're gonna take off a laser because we want to just cause pilot damage. We want to shake her up.
Taking heat damage.
Yeah, but we were well under. That dragon looks scary. Oof. Kintaro's our tank. That's what Medusa's built for. Ooh. I don't want to reveal my right side. And we're just gonna brace. Reduce the damage. We're bleeding off heat. Okay. I put Shadowcoast there because I wanted him to be the targeted choice. They have a 35-ton mech coming back around. It was trying to flank us. Looks like he or she changed their mind. Keeping these guys in range. Now we've just lost some stability damage. We're just gonna fire one salvo of missiles, and that's really to take off an evasion chevron.
Waiting for orders.
Now Glitch is gonna come in here.
Right, Commander.
Like I'm not exactly sure how we want to handle. What I want to do is build like a bunch of morale so we can cold shot the cockpit on the catapult. She is really riding that heat wave.
Go.
Head hit pilot injury.
Critical
That's
hit,
cool.
Commander.
We want to pilot injure Espinosa. We really want that mech.
Aye, aye.
But at some point, it's just not
On my way.
worth it. Yeah. Actually, there we go. We'll just laser you down. Alright, so I think we took the AC out, which is great. Now we're gonna try something crazy, guys. We're gonna try to knock over the catapult and then cold shot the cockpit. $190 damage. I do not normally recommend this.
Swine. I will tear your mech in two.
Alright, don't go guarded. We want to knock you over. She can't use... Okay. That's alright. This is... Oh, jeez. Forgot about that turret over there. So normally I would never recommend doing that. Ever. Because look at our legs when we're done with this. But we did 190 damage. I wanted to make her unstable to knock her over. That's the real play here.
Commander?
Oh, we can't.
Bye. Scored a critical hit.
Alright, we want that mech so bad.
Good to go.
Can we not position you to hit the... So the Black Knight's basically a better Hunchback. When we get another Black Knight, we will retire our Hunchback. So we run 2 Black Knights, because Black Knight you can have jump jets. Now we're gonna shoot SRMs to knock over Espinosa. We don't want to blow her up, we just want to incapacitate her. Knock down. Want to aim for the cockpit. We just want to blow her up. So I think that's her first injury.
My heat sinks can't take much more of this.
Warning. Armor breached. Internal damage.
Oops. No, we're going for the cockpit.
All weapons committed.
No!
No!
Not possible! I can still win this!
Damn it. We should have just got the legs. Oof. Okay, well, shit. I don't know if we're gonna encounter one of those. It's like a very unique mech, the C2, double PPCs.
Waiting for orders.
But we are playing Iron Man mode, so it is what it is, guys.
Right, Commander.
Great mission so far. The campaign missions are a lot more difficult. Like, you want to approach with caution, position yourself, use the terrain to your advantage, because
Good to go.
if you don't... that was a mistake. I needed... We're bracing him, and then
Commander.
Medusa... Sprint... Ooh, I don't know, what is that? Risk of destruction. I don't like the sound of that. So we're gonna vigilance you because it's cheaper to do than sprint you.
Roger.
We're taking, yeah, that's this blasted turret. We're gonna just blow up the generator,
New bogey on the field.
which I think will take out both of them. Dragon's backing up. The reason we're even bothering with those turrets is because I think we need to kill them to have the mission successful, so I'm just dealing with it now. That might be a mistake if I went overly arrogant. Okay, wait, it's 120. I lied. We're just gonna try to end this. So I don't think we're good. Yeah, we don't have a tight enough spread for us to end, but we defanged him,
Mech. Critical damage detected.
and then yeah, those guys. Luckily we sprinted, so we got that max evasion plus vigilance.
Waiting for orders.
Alright.
Heading out.
I was hoping we'd bleed off some more heat. 100. We're just gonna make sure.
Generators down, Commander. That
Yes.
should take our turrets offline.
I'm starting to cook.
Alright, I don't know what this guy's doing. He's been taking some pod shots with his PPC. Looks like he's finally
Good to go.
coming to the party. Now, we're still obstructed. Hunchback's powerful. Like I said, Black Knight's basically a better version. The Black Knight laser variant. We are gonna alpha. We are not gonna precision strike. This guy is one laser hits the middle, and okay. I was gonna say, jeez. I love the cinematic where you can see us melting the armor off. It's so cool. Can you jump so you have a direct line of sight? We got rid of the turrets. Question is are you in range of... Alright, those percentages aren't great. What we're gonna do is... It's a fire starter. I thought it was a panther. We should have sensor locked. That was a mistake. We're running here. We're gonna guard, remove stability damage and heat, or brace, excuse me. And next, he's gonna run up. Even if he flamers us, Glitch is there to... Alright, so... I think we split that in half, but took some damage.
Commander?
Glitch is still not able to get there. What?
Sprinting.
so bringing her over to the left to take out that panther, we basically excluded her from the fight. Probably not worth it. We should have brought Shadowcoast or someone else who's a little more mobile. Just printing you back. And what we're trying to do is wait for the next phase for Shadowcoast, who guarded, to go in, precision strike a leg,
Yep.
and then for Riptide to finish him off. By precision strike a leg, I really mean we might just try to blow him up. Let's look at the percentages. Alright, precision strike. Can't choose his head. 112. We do over 200 damage. So yeah, look at that spread. Boom! I'm really disappointed, guys. I should have legged the catapult. I got greedy and went for the head. Mission successful, Commander. Nicely done. Dr. Murad, does Argo have an empty storeroom that could serve as a makeshift brig? I'm sure that something could be arranged, Lady Arano. Then arrange it and get a lock on Lady Espinosa ejection pod. She's coming with us.
Mission.
Alright, guys. That was fun. We took out Lord Corrosis's enemy dropship. 404 rated. Man, this takes a long time to build. 2 million. Took some damage in the legs. That was the DFA, death from above, guys. And Glitch was injured. Not too bad. Okay, so catapult K2, yes. Let's finish off a dragon. Let's finish off a centurion. Let's finish off a fire starter. Now the question here is, are there any plus? Alright, so we have a bunch, like we don't really need a fire starter. I want this plus medium laser. Quite frankly, we don't need another centurion. SRM for cockpit mod. Ooh. We're giving up the plus laser for a cockpit mod. I'm gonna put that on somebody. Alright, we got that other laser. I really hope we encounter another K2, guys. Double PPC Ranger. And then the machine guns for close range. That would be good. I like direct fire. If we get a catapult LRM boat, we might use it. Now let's see what the situation is. Family reunion in orbit, Anvelt. Achievement unlocked. Family reunion. Arano. Victoria. I've been waiting 3 years for this. Are you enjoying your cell? I had it assembled just for you. Gloat all you like, cousin. Your victory will be short-lived. Your pathetic little army may have carried you this far, but if you think that you can challenge the core systems, you're sadly mistaken. Our glorious army will grind your restoration to a bloody pulp. Save me the lecture and tell me what you were doing on Anvelt. Your father rules a directorate. You should be in a tower somewhere, not in a dusty little moon guarding a smuggling ship. Smuggling ship? Is that what Corrosis thought the Newgrange was? Is that what he told you? Oh, you poor dear fool, I would tell you what you've just done, but I don't want to spoil the surprise. You'll find out for yourself soon enough. Origin betrayed. If Corrosis deliberately misled us about this, I'll have his head. Yeah, I don't like being betrayed. Worry about it later, Shadowcoast. For now, I would have words with my cousin. Victoria, I loved you like a sister, and you betrayed me! Your father held a knife to my back, and you helped him push it in. I need to understand why. If you ever really listened to him, you'd already know. He tried to teach you, cousin, to set you on the path to strength and prosperity. But you spat at his efforts and forced his hand, and mine along with it. Forced your hand? Mastiff is dead because of you. Our mentor, the man who taught you to pilot a mech. You put him in a camp and left him to rot. Thousands of Aurigan dead lie piled at your feet. The price for the price of strength in our nation's future. For the glory of the Reach, I paid 100 times over. Madeira. You seem to be confusing wanton cruelty for strength. They aren't the same thing. Destruction of your land should have taught you that. Hi, Lord. Madeira is still my cousin's favorite pet, I see. I wonder if that pretty jaw of yours is as fragile as it looks. One of these days, we'll have to find out. She's like in a cell, maybe, I guess? Big talk for a woman in a cell. Too bad you can't back it up. Yeah, don't make threats. Shadowcoast is right, you aren't, and that's eating you alive, isn't it? You're a formidable mech warrior, Victoria, but that's all you are. Take away your mech and what's left. Bile and venom and nothing else. Go on and gloat, fool. Enjoy your small victories while you can. Do you think my father hasn't planned for this? Do you think that you were winning? My capture means nothing. The jaws of our trap are already closing around your neck. You're just fine to see it. We may be blind, but they didn't stop us from kicking your ass up and down the canyons of Anvil. I like that response. For such a genius, your old man is losing an awful lot of ground. You talk like a cartoon villain. Has anyone told you that? Alright, let's go a little lighter. You mock me at your peril, mercenary. My father bends everyone to his will. In the periphery nations, so that's the Rimworld periphery, and the successor states. Everyone. 5 great nations in the inner sphere. So these are like the big federations, or houses. You don't know what I've done for our people, the sacrifices I've had to make. You understand nothing and you never will. You've already lost this war, cousin. You'll die screaming and your restoration will die with you. I've heard enough. Mr. Oliveira cut off her comm. What do you want us to do with her, Lady Arano? The Argo is in a prison. She can't stay here. No, she can't. Lord Corrosis lost his daughter on Waldry, and we weren't there to help him. I can't undo that wrong, but I can give him justice. We will transfer Lady Victoria into his custody to be held until I say otherwise. Your call, Lady Arano. We'll set up a course for Smithon when we're ready. Conversations over. People, let's get back to work. Mending fences in orbit, Anvil. Simon Crosis. Lady Arano, my staff has taken Lady Espinosa into custody. She's being escorted to her cell as we speak. A kinder fate than she deserves, perhaps, but I will adhere to the terms of our arrangement. While she remains in my custody, she will not be harmed. You are an honorable man, Lord Corrosis. One day I hope to earn your support. You've already have it. What you've done today feels like justice, Lady Arano, of a kind I never thought I'd live to see. I owe you a debt of thanks as well as Commander Coast. You did a yeoman's job on the New Grange. She'll never darken our skies again. Smuggling ship. Yeah, I want to know the truth. Of course she does. She's a liar and a betrayer. You can't trust her at her word, Commander Coast. Believe me, Lord Cross, I get that. I understand betrayal better than most. That said, even if Lady Victoria was telling the truth, would it really change anything? Whatever the ship's provenance, the New Grange was important enough that Director Espinosa had his own daughter standing sentry over her refueling site. You sent the New Grange to hell and deprived Espinosa of something deemed valuable. I count that as a win, Commander Coast. Alright, make sure you keep guards at her cell. Don't worry, Commander, I know who I'm dealing with, and the appropriate precautions have been taken. Lady Victoria will be quite secure until Lady Arano is ready to reclaim her. Alright, now give us our information. Yes, of course. Let's discuss your recompense. Your chief engineer tells me that she found a hidden data archive on your ship and that you need my help to open it. It sounds to be quite the mystery. More than a mystery to me, Lord Corrosis. My father believed that the Argo held something of great value, but he died before he could see it. I need to know what's on that drive, and you're the only one in the Reach who can open it for me. Deep periphery. Better perhaps that I give you the means to open it yourself. I will have a device sent to your ship, an electronic code breaker. Electronic device capable of hacking key codes and breaking software encryption. Advanced electronic code breakers are rare and heavily restricted items. They are generally found only in the possessions of the most sophisticated inner-sphere intelligence agencies of advanced design. Given enough time, it'll chew through my encryption, even yours. Any encryption, even yours. With respect, I'm surprised that Periphery Lord even has access to such a... Again, that these are decisions I picked in the beginning. I was just as surprised when I received it. High Lord Tamati himself delivered it to me. That's Arano's father. He told me that it had been discovered in the possession of a Comstar Precentor who had died in Aurigan space. What she was doing with it, I will never know. So that's a high-ranking Comstar official who typically serve as a commander of HPG installations. Comstar's doctrine of religious mystery has elevated presenters to quasi-mystical figures in the eyes of the general public. So Comstar has enormous power. So C-Bill is like the Comstar bill. And they basically control interstellar communications. They're like the Verizon, except way more powerful in this universe. What I do know is that your father would want you to have this, Kamea. He'd be quite proud of the leader you've become. Thank you, Lord Croesus. Simon, it means more to me than I can say. Speaking of proud fathers, do you have any news to share about your son? Has his condition improved since we last spoke? Somewhat, my lady. Otto's road to recovery will be long and difficult. The directorate did something to his mind on Weldry. I still don't have a clear picture of what, but the damage is both physical and mental. In truth, I fear that my boy has been damaged irreparably, and that the Otto I knew is gone. But I cling to the hope that someday the son I remember will return to me. He will, Simon. I know it. Otto is young and strong, and House Croesus is nothing if not resilient. I'm afraid that I must take my leave for you now. I have forces to marshal and plans to make, but please keep me apprised of Otto's condition. I will, my lady. Farewell to you, and know that you have earned the support of House Croesus. What we've done today doesn't erase the past, but perhaps we can still write the course of our people's future. For my part, I am willing to try. Thank you, Lord Croesus, and welcome to the Restoration. Together we will fix what my uncle has broken. I swear it. Hey, Commander, I put the code-breaking device that we got from Lord Croesus to work on our mystery archive, and now I'm watching a progress bar climb really slowly. I'll give you a heads up when it's finished. Nice. Codebreaker. So we got a Dragon 1R. It's a beefy machine, but a bit light on weaponry. Alright, guys. Well, thank you for watching. That was the campaign mission. If you look, I think we're basically going to run some side missions of our own, procedural missions here. Thanks for watching, and hit us on the next video.